Hi developers, welcome to day 2 of week 1 on our free full stack online web development bootcamp, and we will be looking at CSS. What does that stand for? Cascading Style Sheets. So the learning objectives today are to learn CSS, use classes and IDs, that'll make a bit more sense later. We're going to Google styles. We're not going to really style Google itself, but we're going to show the power of Googling, because it's very difficult to memorize all the styles out there. And we're also going to look to add external CSS in the form of Bootstrap, which will make more sense later on as well. So what you'll notice here in our GitHub repo, day 2 CSS is completely empty. There's just a README. So I actually don't have any reference material, and I thought it would be fun to code along with everyone, because if I get stuck, hey, we can always Google things, etc, etc. So this was me playing around, and then I thought, nah, let's do it live. So we're going to go into here, start fresh, and I'll actually delete this file. So I just have index, so let's call it, what should we call it? Styling. Something like that. If I had an L, that would be great. Cool. Now inside the body, we're just going to do the classic H1. I'm going to get styled. That's pretty much as far as I got last time. And then we're going to do a horizontal rule. Awesome. I'm going to get styled. That sounds great. How do we style? So that's a great question. What you can do is look into HTML, CSS, and how it all looks up. Again, W3 Schools, or just Google it. It's easy. And there's a few different ways to do it. So you can do it inline. This is called styling. We don't really recommend that because HTML should be just HTML. CSS should be just CSS. You don't really want to mix the two, otherwise you'll get confused like I did in the last sentence. So while this works, it's good to keep it separate. This is also another practice which I would recommend, because again, even though it's valid and will definitely work, we can even try it. Look, there's no problems. It's just messy, because if someone said, hey, can you go in and change the paragraph text from white to green, you're going to have to scroll through here, then it might be 1,000 lines of stuff just to try and find what it is. So the best way to do it is external CSS. So the key line that you need here is this. So we'll just copy that to save us writing it. Pretty much it's linking to an external document called style CSS, and it's the type style. So inside the header tag, I'll just pop it at the top. So we have that there. Awesome. So let's load our page, and it's not working. So it probably can't find our style CSS. You can see here it received index HTML, but it couldn't find style CSS, and it just failed to even load that. So that's because it doesn't exist. Styles.css, boom, like so. Now we have H1. So we're going to style all H1s, and we're going to say the color is blue, my favorite color. There we go. You can see it successfully downloaded style CSS. H1 color blue. This is actually pretty cool. So in the dev tools, if you just right click inspect and you go network, you can actually see what your web browser receives. Another way that is quite informative is if you right click inspect, you can actually see the style here and toggle it on and off. I highly, actually I can't recommend it enough that you always make websites and write code, etc. with the DevTools open, because you can see everything like margin. Oh hey, the margin's too big, we can make it smaller. We don't like blue, what does it look like by default? All of this stuff is really important, and nice and easy, because you can play around and get a feeling just from clicking a few things on and off. Anyway, so for this styling here, that is actually targeting every single H1, so every single element. So we'll comment that out. So the comments in CSS is like so. Just remember to get them the right way. Now what we want to do is style one specific element. So the